Use the Magic Wand tool and the color picker to repurpose elements that create fabulous word art. This video is being filmed in expert mode of Photoshop Elements, but the instructions are exactly the same for Photoshop, except where noted. Here's an image of what we will be creating together. I'm going to show you how to repurpose an element with a phrase into word art for your next project. Elements are papers containing solid colored word art, and clearly defined word art edges will work best for this tutorial. Here are some of the elements that make a good choice because the word art is clearly defined and the same color. However, these examples are not the best choice. Why? Because the edges are not clearly defined or they do not have a solid color. Notice how the glitter has specks of light and dark, making selection much more difficult. Elements like these will require additional work to repurpose. Let's begin by opening any digital item that contains word art that you'd like to extract. If you'd like to follow along exactly, open the wordart-ds.jpg file from the downloads. In the menu bar, choose File, Duplicate to create a copy. Photoshop users choose Image Duplicate. In the dialog box, click OK and close the original file. Next, we're going to create the selection. In the Layers panel, click on the lock icon of the background layer to unlock it. Get the Magic Wand tool, and in the tool options, click on the Add to Selection icon, set the tolerance to 32, uncheck Sample All Layers, but check Contiguous and Anti-aliasing. Photoshop users, set the sample size to point sample. It's important to note that when the contiguous option is enabled, it forces the Magic Wand tool to select pixels that are directly connected together. This means that when you use contiguous, it will exclude any of the white background pixels for this element. Press Ctrl+ or Command+ on a Mac a few times to zoom in on the phrase. Now, on the document, click inside each of the words or letters that you want selected. Continue clicking until you have the entire phrase selected. If you accidentally click on the wrong part, press Ctrl-Z or Command-Z on a Mac to undo the last selection. Once you have the entire phrase selected, in the menu bar choose Select Inverse to invert the selection. Press Backspace or Delete on a Mac to remove the unwanted pixels. Inverting the selection and removing the unwanted pixels lets us isolate the word art. Press Ctrl-D or Command-D on a Mac to deselect. Press Ctrl-0, Command-0 on a Mac to fit the image to your screen. Now it's time to recolor the word art. Start by clicking on the foreground color chip to open the color picker. In the color picker, choose any color. I'm choosing a pink color, and then you can click OK to close the dialog box. Press Shift-Alt-Backspace or Shift-Option-Delete on a Mac to fill the word art with your chosen color. Lastly, you're going to want to save the document as a PNG file with a unique name. Saving this file as a PNG will preserve the transparent background of this file. I saved mine as children-c-magic.png. Even though you've created a new element, you should always credit the original designer. It always feels so great to be able to repurpose any element in my stash. Selecting the phrase from this card made it so easy to add to my page. The word art fit perfectly with the expression on my nephew's face at my daughter's wedding. For a free PDF version of this video, click on the download link and then make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This has been Gina Harper from Digital Scrapper, the very best place on the web to find complete and professional instruction for digital scrapbooking. We help you get your stories told.